kayong lahat. I hope you like this new platform. You can still leave me some comments. I hope Ate El and Elijah are still watching. Kahit na YouTube na tayo, hindi na sa Facebook. This is something new. Anyway, I still hope that you had a beautiful day. And somebody or someone made you smile today. O, diba? Okay. Now, today is a very short but interesting story. Quite funny. You see, there was this uh, mountain climber. He's a very experienced mountain climber. And he went on a solo hike. So he went up a mountain, then he wanted to explore more. So, nang ginawa niya, he went up by himself, carried some of the necessities that he wants, and he's got a rope at his shoulder. And he went up. And when he got on top of the mountain, he was so happy. He was so excited because it was so beautiful up. Ang ganda. Ganda is beautiful. Mas awesome. He took a lot of pictures. Nag-selfie siya ng nag-selfie. Ang saya-saya niya. He was able to do this solo hike by himself. And then what happened? He went, hello, good evening. He went to explore around it and saw a lot of things for himself, and he even got to rest a while. But then he noticed that it was really getting dark. Oh wait, I think I really have to go down now. But he said, kayang-kaya ko yan. I can do this because he knew that he's so experienced. He has managed to climb every other mountain. But then something wrong happened. What happened? He slipped. He slipped on his way down, and it was so dark. It was so dark, and the spot was steep. And he was unfamiliar for that area. When he slipped, he realized he was just hanging by a rope. And it was really, really hard because he was almost at the end of the rope. And that wasn't easy. His arms are getting sore because it was already a long time he was there. But, when he was hanging there, he said, oh, hi, Ren. He said, help, somebody help. Can anybody come and help? Well, at the start, he didn't ask for any help. You know why? Because he was a very experienced climber. He knew he can manage to get out from it. But it was dark, really dark. Couldn't see what was underneath him. His feet was trying to check out the bottom. Can I actually reach someone, somewhere, something, please, anything. Couldn't reach the bottom where he was hanging from. And then he realized he really is desperate already. No one is coming to help. So he said, it's been years since I prayed. Maybe this is the time to pray. Then he said, God, if you're real, can you please help me? Please. And then a booming voice said, do you believe that there is a God? Think so? If you believe in me, do you trust me? Yes, by all means, please. I trust you. Yes, I do. So you will do what I will tell you to do so that I can save you. Yes. It's starting to get impatient. There's so many questions. His hands are sore, remember? And then, in the dark, while he was swinging, every time the wind howls, he swings, his rope swings, and it's really, really awful. You know what happened? The voice told him, let go. What? Let go. Is there anyone else up there who can help me? He was shouting. Of course, no one else was there. It was already God talking to him. And then, he decided to keep on hanging until the break of dawn. You know what happened? Break of dawn, light started to show. You know what he saw? That he was 6 inches above the ground. There was a ledge, and he was 6 inches away. All he had to do was to let go. So what is our story about tonight? Hello, Ren. Thank you for watching tonight. What is the story about? What do you think? There are several lessons to learn from this. Well, let me start that with humility. Well, he was a mountaineer, so he better knew what he was doing. Imagine, he went on a solo hike, but he asked for help. He knew he needed help. He cannot save himself at that time. So I think that's a point for him. Humility. Yeah! Well, that's close. Yes, Ren, he's close, but he didn't know. He didn't trust God enough. Well, that's the next lesson number 2. He was supposed to trust God. God asked him, do you trust me? He said, yes. But he only said yes because he wanted help, right? So that was really close. That was 5 feet. But even if he tried to dangle his feet, he was 5 inches. Actually, yeah, no, actually, it's just 5 inches off the ground. 5 inches, friend. He was dangling just like, and he did not follow the voice because he thought he's going to be in great danger if he let go of the rope. Imagine he had to stay like that. I don't know what happened to his arms after that, but not letting go, not trusting the Lord got him a lot of sore arms, and I think that's a very big lesson for him to go through for the rest of his life. Buti nga nabuhay pa siya, di ba? Okay, what else? What else are our lessons aside from trusting in the Lord? It's believing in God in the first place. If he believed that there is a real God, then he would have known if that voice is really God's, and he would have listened, right? He did not listen because he's not familiar with the voice. Like, for example, your dad. Your dad, he is the one who is calling you. Or if it's your mom, Yenny, it's your mom calling you, right? But since you're not familiar to hearing your mom or hearing your dad, what if, of course, you're familiar with them, but what if you're not familiar with the way they call you, you wouldn't be able to know that that is actually your mom or your dad. It's the same with God. So if you're not praying all the time, you wouldn't recognize that that is actually God answering your prayer, right? Got it? So the question is, how often do we pray? Only in desperate times? Well, this time of COVID, a lot of people went back to praying. Well, that's a good thing, but because sad, but you know, we had to go through a pandemic, an entire crisis, just so we could remember that there is a God who is in control and who is all powerful. Like right now, we're hanging by a rope with a lot of um, people getting sick. It's not an easy thing to get sick with COVID, but we're very hopeful that things would turn around. But the way things are going right now, we're still hanging by the rope. And I think we should really just ask for help from the Lord Himself. And with that, may God be praised. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Please hit the subscribe button for more stories and lessons every night. I'll see you again, guys. Bye. Thank you, Ren. See you again tomorrow.